Good evening, good friends. How are you? I hope you all had a good time this weekend, resting or doing all the beautiful things that you wanted to do. Sunday, 11th of August. Today, we're going to talk about fear. And fear is very, very important. Yeah. Many people don't think that fear exists. Many people think that, fear is something that you can mentally control. So often you have, for example, even people who go to war, they are warriors, and they tell you that they are without fear. And but when they go home and they are scared of facing their family, that they could not bring some food, for example. So it's all deep inside the heart. We all have fear, we all have anxiety, we all have it in there. The problem is that sometimes this fear takes a huge size, and sometimes this fear is constantly stopping us from performing what we have to perform. And this fear affects everybody. There is not one person that is not affected. So the problem with fear, it appears at every moment. Yeah, so it can be at home in your communication with your family. It can be at work with the communication with your boss. Like, let's say you go into a room and you're not happy about what's happening in the company, and you don't dare say to your boss how you're feeling because you think that you should not, but in fact it's actually something to do with something ingrained in your own emotional system from childhood. So this is a problem, yeah? Or for example, you don't agree with something that your wife or your husband is doing and you don't want to say because you are scared. This is killing everybody. This is killing everybody. And at a very deep level, this fear is stopping everybody from being themselves emotionally because we repress emotions all the time. And it's stopping everybody from being fulfilled emotionally and stopping everybody from being fulfilled spiritually. So yes, you can ignore the sphere problem, but then you're gonna live your life with a situation where you are not emotionally and not spiritually fulfilled. That's a choice that I will not take because I know my life, if I'm only materially fulfilled, is empty. Yeah. And as I mentioned to you earlier in our previous talks, now is a moment that, over the next 5 years, our society, our civilization as a whole, will be actually challenged to the maximum. Challenged to the maximum. So the only way out of this challenge is to start interacting with each other, creating mini tribes in every place that you are, whether you are in Latvia, thank you for joining, whether you're in Lebanon, thank you for joining, whether you're in Ireland, thank you for joining. You know, you know, we have sometimes people from the four continents, we have people from Canada, we have people from India, we have people from Argentina. Thank you all for joining. Thank you so much. So if you don't do something about this now, people are talking about it, people are getting diseases, people are getting in trouble. If we don't get together to heal these problems, we're not going to get there. So that's why this type of work that we do together here, interactive, to see what is happening, what's going on, allows us to go beyond it. And what I want to tell you is independently on the country where you live, independently on the civilization where you live, independently on the economy where you are, independently on what you're doing, um, this fear issue is the same. Yeah. It does not matter if you are in a country where the economy is difficult or people are narrow-minded or what, wherever you are, the fear is the same. Yeah. So what to do about this fear? And can we live with it or just ignore it? Some people tell you, oh, I don't want to go into it. And most of you know that this fear has a root. And most of the time, this root is to do with childhood. So when we're a child, we face a situation where, I don't know, the parents were fighting and arguing, so we got scared and we decided to hide. Yeah. So our system of managing fear is basically that if you have a situation of danger or stress at work or in the family, you just go and hide. So there's an argument in the family, you just run away. Yeah. Or, for example, that your situation was different and you learn how to pretend or to lie to yourself. Yeah. So these mechanisms continue later on in the life. It's not good. It's not good. You cannot even have a satisfactory emotional life that way, you know? So we have to go into them. Some people tell you, why should I go into childhood? Why should I go into the past? Yeah? Why should we go in the past, guys? Why do we need to go in the past? What do you guys think? What do you say? What's the point of going into our past? No? No ideas yet? I know the Facebook is slow, but some information or some ideas have to appear at some stage. What do you guys think? Where should we go into our past? What is this about? If we don't go into our past, we continue repeating the same thing. And madness is to repeat exactly the same patterns that you've done in your life and to continue repeating them. Madness is to think that tomorrow will be a different day when you have not made anything changing, anything different inside of you. Yes, tomorrow will be another day with different colors in the sky and different clouds and stuff like that. But did the inside of me change? Did how I perceive reality change? Did how I have an ability to see my reality change? Probably not. So this is why we have to work on the fear. Yeah. And the fear is ingrained in childhood events, as I mentioned earlier.